Yeah. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening. We're back. It's been a while. Plenty to talk about here on the Santa Boot First podcast. We got Eagles. We got Penn State. We got Sixers. Maybe touch on that Tyson debacle.
Oh, God.
Plenty to talk about. Like I said, it's been a while. Come and hang out. I don't even know where to start, but you're listening to the Santa Boot First podcast. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Santa Boot First podcast coming to you live back here on a Thursday evening. It's been, I just looked, October 27th was the Bengals game. It was right after the Bengals win was our last show. So it's been a while. We're busy people. We're important people, I guess. There's an Eagles game mixed in there. Just a lot going on. Before we get started, I'm the bartender, Jim Marcus. To my left, a predominant spot on the dais here. Taking the spot of the elder statesman is Brody Marcus.
So
To his left, the infamous Brian Smitty.
What's up? What's up?
Smitty?
Good to be back. Good to be back.
It is good to be back. And the Martins are not here this evening because the youngest Martin, our guy Andrew, graduated this week.
Congratulations.
He's officially a sailor. Now he's got to start going.
Tougher than his dad will ever be.
Yes, Popeye. We should start calling him Popeye.
Yeah, we call Popeye. Yeah, there you go.
Congratulations,
Andrew.
You got to snap your brother in half when you see him.
That's
yes,
right.
The Martins are out there in Chicago with Andrew. Congrats to the young man. Keep doing good things. We'll see you here. Hopefully around Christmas time. You get a little break.
Yeah.
See you back in town here. So no DJ, but we will get by because we're professionals. That's
Correct.
what we do. Keeping us live and on the air. Behind the camera, you got to fill something in that glass. Nate, Money Pop Moss. Doom. It's a doom. Thanks to our sponsors. Pops McCain's Fine Whiskeys, Bourbons, whatever else Jay's going to have going on at some point. Check them out. Pops McCain's. It's that time of year.
Yeah.
Get yourself some nice spirits for the holiday. Find Jay on Facebook. Check him out online, popsmccains.com for all your drink needs. And the Mama Mia's Pizzeria. Couple pies tonight. Brody got his garlic knots. Our bellies are full. We're ready to go. So where to start, boys? It's been a while. Since we've been here. I'll go quick through what we've missed. We got a 3-win streak with the Eagles, right? We haven't been here since the
6 game.
Well, no, since the last time we were here, I'm saying.
That's tough for
they
him.
beat
Ryan, you
Jacksonville.
can tell he's struggling.
The Jacksonville win, the Dallas win, and then this week against Washington, this past week against Washington. All big wins.
Yeah.
The Jacksonville had a bit of an Atlanta feel to it, but then they pulled it out in the end. Kobe with that pick in the end zone.
Yeah.
Also had the Saquon hurdle, but we can get through some of the highlights of that. We had a Penn State lost to Ohio State, but it didn't really hurt them.
No.
Not that much, right? They're still number 4. Convincing wins after that. 2 should be easy wins left here. We're looking at playoffs.
And if they would have done what they've done the past couple games, they probably would have beat Ohio State. When they get in the goal line, just give it to Warren, which still don't understand.
No. We got some Sixer stuff. It was an election, but we don't want to touch on that.
No.
We'll talk.
No, we're not
about Tyson.
We're trying to make the
Tyson
Eagles, we're
Paul,
always
too.
trying to make the Eagles great again, right? That's our
Make the NFL great again.
exactly.
All right, so let's get into it then.
Yeah, man.
Our Birds over that 3-game win streak.
Yeah.
We're looking at the Rams. Well, like Brody said, it's 6 in a row, right?
Yeah, 6 in a row, 8-2.
We're back. We're really
we were
going
never going.
into the microphone.
6-7 straight games with a sack for Josh Sweat.
Oh, we're going to individual stats now.
I'm just saying, you didn't like him, Nate.
Oh no, Brody's coming for next. Brody's coming for next.
Oh, that's cool.
Because he's coming. Yeah, we're all coming for.
He's only had 1 season with 10 sacks. Might be 2 out of 6. Might be okay.
I predicted it. I said he'd get 10 sacks this year.
This kid's looking for his flowers. I predicted it.
I did
Did you
predict
put money
it.
on it?
I hit my first.
No.
He had his
I hit my
first parlay,
parlay a
even though we
couple
shouldn't
weeks
say,
ago.
even though we
First
shouldn't
parlay.
say it on
Oh,
the
we should
air.
say that. You didn't get that from me.
Your dad gave you some. You gave your dad some good ideas, and he hit on the parlay.
I gave him some funny money to
There
play
you go.
with. And he got- yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what can you say with the Eagles other than the defense? I mean, the defense is balling out. Credit to Vic Fangio,
Number
right?
1 in the league.
Right, for finding a way to get all these pieces to work. I mean, look, Zach Bond might be the best linebacker statistically right now in the league, right? Which is crazy to say.
He's
Not to say
probably-
he's the best linebacker, but all he's done is made plays. You got Zach Bond making plays. N'Kobe Dean's starting to show flashes of he can play at Georgia. You got the defensive line starting to get more pressure. You got a secondary that's just, I mean, shutdown.
Impenetrable.
And Slay's playing well too. Like, I know we get on him, but Darius Slay's been playing very well. But I mean, what can you say about Quinyon Mitchell? I mean, the thing that he's doing to all these top wide receivers, and then it seems like everything took a turn, which we've been saying for a while, is to get rid of Maddox. Ever since Cooper DeJean's came in, he's helped out on special teams, and he's helping a ton on defense.
How many passes has he given up all season? Like
Who?
under 15?
Cooper?
Something like that? No, Quinyon.
I don't even think
Maybe
it's
like
15
one.
catches. Has he given up 15 catches total? I don't think so.
It's crazy. Yeah, he's a rookie.
And
One of the best corners in the league right now.
I mean, did
I
you
think
see what he
top
did to
5.
McLaurin?
He
Yeah.
couldn't do anything.
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He
so
put him in the
Terry couldn't do anything.
Quinyanamo Bay.
yeah, Quinyanamo Bay, dude. Taking prisoners.
I like it.
Yeah, taking prisoners, man. I mean,
Him and the exciting whites, right?
yeah.
Exciting,
That
Mike.
exciting
Dude,
whites.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, Blankenship always finds a way to get that pick when you need it. The New Orleans game found the pick. The Brazil. I mean, dude, like, he's got an knack for being around the football. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson's played better, too.
So you mentioned Slay, and he's not playing,
His coverage
Bad,
is still good.
but-
It's just his tackling.
but and you and I have said it watching the game.
I still
Him
like
and
Rodgers.
CJ, they give too much of a cushion. They don't attack the ball or attack the
They wait
receiver.
for
They
them to
wait for the
catch it.
receiver to catch the ball, and then they go at him, which I don't like that.
I still like Isaiah Rodgers a lot.
We got the Martins chiming in. We got Joe White. We got Pat Sweeney on here. We got my old man on here. Sixers team buses and ambulance.
Oh, Martin.
Slay
Is that-
couldn't
is that
tackle
your
Deke.
dad? Is
That's
that your
my.
dad?
Of course, it's my
Can
dad.
you tell your dad just to be positive? We got a lot of great things going on right
There's not a
now.
lot of positive.
And he's-
We'll
he-
get to the
yeah,
Sixers. Yeah, it's
all
too
right,
early in the
relax,
show. Don't bring us down.
relax,
Don't bring us
relax.
down yet. We're talking the top team in the city right now.
I wonder if
Birds.
your mom's still calling her Jalen Wentz,
I don't know. It's a good question.
right?
She's watching to have her chime in. Maybe.
Is she watching? Yeah.
Zach Bond's been better than Chuck Benerick Deke.
Oh man.
that's wrong. I got a couple players who haven't been playing well
Who
On the
haven't
Eagles?
or
On the
have?
Eagles?
on the Eagles.
Have or haven't?
Haven't.
Are you going to say C.J. Gardner-Johnson?
I'm not going to say CJ.
Jahan Dotson?
I'm not going to say John Dotson.
Jordan
Wasn't
Davis?
expecting anything out of him. Jordan Davis hasn't been playing well. Hasn't. But Mr. Automatic, Jake's having an off year.
Yeah. What's
And it's
Yeah,
I
but-
don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's because of Dopey not letting him kick enough.
I mean,
but
how could you call this guy dopey? We're 8-2.
Sirianni's still a dope. I'm
Dude,
But Nick, we trust. I've been saying.
Ah.
yo, listen, the players like him. Players love him. And when he gives these
That's
out
fine.
of control speeches or gets into it with a fan, somehow it gets the players rolling. So we're 8-2,
Hey,
right?
if we were talking earlier about the NFC
I mean, listen, I
and
agree.
the teams
there's
that are
some-
going to make it, are you taking Campbell or Sirianni right now? I think they're both meatheads, but I think
Sirianni.
Campbell puts on more of a show. Like I don't really think he's that much of a meathead.
Well, he
now.
really gets the team connected.
I
though.
think
He-
100%.
Campbell or
I'm
Sirianni?
taking Sirianni.
The
'cause he's
players
shown
like
that he-
him.
Yeah, the players love Campbell.
Players love Nick.
I don't know if they love Nick.
What?
I think they love
They love Nick.
I don't know.
You think they love Nick
Dude, I
last
think-
year?
I think that there's some other stuff that I will never find out that went on last year that involved players. I'll still stick to that. And the one guy's kind of running his mouth saying he can't wait to get the hell out of the Jets, right?
Yeah, right.
Telling
Your
you,
boy
I think
Reddick
he was a
hasn't done
problem
anything.
last year. And I think there's some other people that were a problem that aren't here.
Who else?
Some other
You
people.
already forgot your players?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who's not
Act
here
like
that
you've
you're
been here
saying
before.
was
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift.
Well,
thought
he's
you
a
were
prep
talking
guy.
about
You already
Eagles.
know they're all.
I am.
jackets.
I'm saying who was the problems last year that are no longer here.
Swift. Julio
Swift
Jones.
wasn't a problem.
That's why I'm asking.
No,
Smitty's acting like he's got a list. I'm
Shaq.
asking.
Defensive
I'm asking for the
coordinator.
list.
Shaq
Them
Leonard.
making that move, which was
Oh,
on
I thought
Howie.
you were
James
talking players.
Bradbury.
Bradbury's still here and strong.
Yeah, Bradbury's going strong.
Oh, what? Shaq Leonard. He stunk.
I think you're reaching.
I
think
think
you're talking at your ass.
You don't think
There's no-
Reddick?
Reddick, you said Reddick, but then you said others.
Well, I think Reddick played a huge role in that dismantling of the defense.
the offensive side, though.
Offensive side
there
of
was-
the ball. I
there
think
was
I'll be
definitely
honest. There was
some
friction between
friction.
Hurts and Sirianni, but I do believe during the bye week something happened.
They cleaned it up.
I
A
don't
little
know
come
what
to God moment.
I don't know what they did.
Hmm.
I do know that Sirianni, one thing that the way you get buy-in is you brought the players in the offensive line and said, what do we got to do? And you listen to them. And that's one thing that you gotta say about the team. I mean,
Everybody on the offense looks better, right? It's like
yeah.
you can't look
The
back
only
to
thing
week
is
2 and week
Smith's not
3.
getting the ball a lot, which is kind of disappointing,
Eh,
right?
yeah. If there's anybody on the offense, I'm trying to think like who. I guess Smith would be the
Fred
one.
Johnson.
Maybe Smitty?
Well, no, I mean the offensive line, dude. I'm not saying I'm like Cam Jurgens. I can't get a read on. He does a lot of good things, but he does a lot of dumb things too. And he, so. But the one thing I will say about this team is that they still have that thing where like Barkley. If you look at Barkley's yards, it's all coming in the second half. So what they do is they run Barkley a couple times, and then the offensive line just wears you down, right?
But that's the kind of player Barkley's always been too.
Right.
He does a couple
So-
short run, and then he
the
breaks one.
Commanders game, he didn't really do much the first half.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I'm
then he
trying
had
to think
two
of somebody in the
40-yard
offensive
touchdowns.
side of the ball that's really not playing well.
Yeah.
Maybe like Fred Johnson when he was
And
in,
all
when he
the
did
wide
straight from
receivers.
But
Mailata.
you didn't really expect much out of him, right? He's a backup coming in.
All
Yeah.
the receiver threes haven't really done
His
anything.
team doesn't. Wide receiver
you
3
don't
doesn't
even
exist
need him.
on this
That's
team.
what I was, and that's where Jim was right the whole time, where he was like Dotson. I mean, honestly, he looks Smith, Brown, Goddard, or Barkley. That's
Yeah,
really your
that's it.
options.
That's it.
I wouldn't
I mean,
even
that's-
mind.
Covey will probably get a couple balls when he's back.
Well, it might be this weekend.
But
No,
I-
does he join the Amazing Whites? Is it a
Maybe
trio?
He could.
Bring back Fulgham. Or is he at Canada now?
Travis? I don't
Isn't
even
he
know
in-
where
I
he's
think
at.
he's in Canada.
Julio
now.
Jones is available.
I'd bring him back.
Yeah, you would.
I watched him score 2 touchdowns in one
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, and then they
I
still
was
lost.
like,
We were
I
there.
was-
Yeah, the Arizona game.
Yeah. Might have been the best moment.
Oh God.
All right, Pat said, please add alcohol. I'm nodding off. Come on, Pat. What are you nodding off about? You don't like the Eagles talk? Maybe we'll talk some Flyers, Pat. We'll talk to Commie Kid maybe at some
Is that the
point.
Steve from
Meat
our
pie.
fantasy?
Smith, the Red Rocket.
Is that the Steve from our fantasy?
That is Steve from our fantasy league. Hi, Steve from our
Thanks
fantasy
for the
league. Brody
division.
says hi.
Steve
We're not gonna talk fantasy smack.
Just saying thanks for the vision. That's all I'm saying.
Defensive side, Huff. Complete disappointment.
But now they're saying wrist surgery. So is that like a cop out, or has he been hurt all year?
I
I know that's a problem because you're not
and
going to.
he was a guy we were hearing, and when he came, he's not really what you think he is. He's a third down specialist, blah blah blah, and
Right.
that's a swing and a miss on Howie's side.
Yeah, right now it looks like a swing and a miss for sure.
Especially for the money we gave him, too.
Yeah.
But
And
then
how-
Zach Bond's like a
Zach
Hey,
Bond's
Bond's
been
like $1 million. or
Quinyon
whatever.
Mitchell's a hit. Cooper DeJean's a hit. So if you outweigh, the Huff move was bad, but if you look at the draft and Howie's moves, again, he's probably sitting pretty for executive of the year. I hate to say it, dude. He's he's in the running again. How executive of the year, Howie?
When's the last time we had an all-pro linebacker?
Trotter.
I don't even know.
Has that been that long?
Do you think they're going to re-sign Bond?
I have to.
I know, but the money's going to be a
Was
lot.
Hicks ever all pro?
No,
No.
Jordan Hicks was always hurt.
Yeah.
I would say
There he
I
goes.
would say
Jordan
Trot.
Hicks right
I would
there.
say
That's the GOAT.
I would say I would say Trotter's probably their last one.
I'm trying to think if there's
Nigel
anybody else.
Bradham wasn't. I mean, he was a good player, but he wasn't an all-pro. Yeah, no, I would say Trotter.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Think about that. That's a lot of linebackers.
Right, and it's
Listen-
a lot of linebackers that we spent second-round picks on to go down. Stuart Bradley.
Well, that's
a
why
lot
they
of guys
stopped.
that
They
didn't
stopped
work.
putting their value in
Barry
the linebacker.
Gardner. I could go. You know what I mean?
Nate
Like,
Gary. Did you say Nate Gary?
no, I didn't say him.
Oh, you said Stuart Bradley.
Yeah.
Stuart Bradley looked like he was on the trajectory to get there, but then he got hurt. Chris Gokong.
Oh, I forgot about
Mike.
it.
Mike. Who's Mike? Not McGinley. What was his name?
I don't know who you're talking about.
There was a guy that got drafted with Gokong that same season. That was supposed to be a good linebacker.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about. Sean Bradley
I
from
don't know if he
Temple.
did.
Sean Bradley.
Can't remember.
Bradley had a number of concussions. That was his problem.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to tackle anybody. He just ran into people.
Is this draft going to go down as like a legendary draft for Hallie?
I mean,
Legendary?
Well, who's in this draft?
No, I'm saying like Cooper,
Quinyon, Cooper.
If Jalen Hunt becomes something.
Wow. Could be.
I mean, Shipley, he's probably going to be your backup running back. I don't know what he's going to be. He is your kick returner right now. I mean, who else is in this draft?
I think the Aeneas Smith project's done.
Well, you're
Yeah.
both,
I've seen
yes.
enough of him.
dude.
You can't cut those guys
Yeah, didn't
that
No,
sued.
but what about
Those are the guys.
Johnny
that-
Wilson? If you'd stop pushing off, you'd have about 5 touchdowns. And he's the biggest dude on the field. He doesn't even need to do it. The 2 times that he did it, he didn't have to do it.
I got the one on video.
No, I'm saying like I like him, but he doesn't need to. He's
Yeah, I
big
know.
enough. Box the guy out. You don't need to push. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll tell you right now, Quinyon and Cooper bring me back vibes of Sheldon and Lito. That's how good I think they both are, if not better.
Do you think Quinyon's first team as of right now?
I don't think he'll get it this year,
Probably
All
not as
Pro,
a
but
rookie.
he's definitely going to be an All Pro down the line.
He might make the Pro Bowl. I don't know about
Who definitely will make?
You think he
Pro
gets
Bowl,
the
I think.
defensive rookie of the year?
It's going to be close. It depends what Jared Verse. We'll
I don't
see.
think so. He doesn't have the picks.
That's the problem,
Yeah, if
right?
he had the, if
That's-
he
that's
called,
Yeah, but
why
if
he's-
you're on an
I say to
island,
Brody all the
dude,
time. That's why he's a D-back. How many balls have hit him in
That's
the
what
hands? And
Sherman
he hasn't
said
been
to
able
him.
to...
Did you hear? He said
Yeah.
Sherman's like catch a ball. That's what Sherman said.
Even
That's
if-
why he's a DB.
Yeah,
He can't
'cause
catch
that's
the
it. Yep,
ball. He
yep,
can't catch
yep.
the ball.
even
Mhm.
if he
That's
caught
the
like
problem.
3 of them, he's the easy favorite right
Oh
now.
yeah, because the one was going to the house.
So what? You
Yeah.
think if he gets 2 or 3 by the end of the year, then he would become the favorite?
I think it'd be closer.
See, I'll tell you
I think
what.
Versus gets
Yeah.
closer
If push
to
comes to
that.
shove, and he doesn't give up a touchdown all year, and you start looking at the guys that he covered, you got a
He'll be in the
case
running,
for
but
it.
he won't get it.
I mean,
think
how many-
Revis was the same way.
How many picks did
Didn't
Sauce
Revis
have?
get it?
I don't think Revis got it.
Did Sauce get
He's
it?
second right now.
Yeah, Sauce
to-
got
to-
it.
So, and it's a 2-horse race between him and Verse.
Yeah.
So- Sauce Gardner only had 2 picks when he got defensive rookie of the
Yeah,
year.
but we need at least 3. There's
Yeah.
not that many.
I mean, does it also matter if the Rams fall off?
What do you mean?
Like if the Rams don't make the playoffs, they still give it to Verse? Because remember last year they gave it to somebody who did? Because Carter didn't get it last year. Somebody got it over
It was
Carter.
Will Anderson.
Yeah.
Right.
He had a good year though.
No, Will Anderson had a good year for sure.
I'm trying to
Last year, too. That was
bring in my DJ here. I tickled it. I sprinkled a little bit on Quinyon the other day. I want to find where they're at.
We'll keep talking while he's doing that.
Who, me or you
George
guys?
Pickens just scored.
Yeah, he's second.
Yeah, actually.
He's second in the odds. I don't know what his odds are now, but Quinyon's second in the odds for defensive rookie of the year. MVP. We were talking about this too.
It's probably Josh
Is
Allen.
Hurts getting himself back into the conversation?
I think he's getting himself back in the conversation, but I agree. But I don't think he's got enough passing yards
You know Jordan Hicks.
and passing touchdowns. But he's always going to be there if the Eagles' record. He'll finish in the top 5.
Yeah, he'll always have 15 rushing touchdowns.
Right.
That'll always keep him in the conversation.
Yeah.
And if he can finish with 25 passing touchdowns, not saying he will, that gives him 40 total touchdowns. Yeah, he's in the conversation.
He's always in the conversation.
Right.
because of that.
Right. Now Barkley got half of the tush pushes. Barkley might be the MVP.
He would be second at least.
Right. But Barkley
Yeah.
doesn't seem to care.
No, he doesn't care. I care because he's
I
on my
think
fantasy
Barkley's
team.
just happy that he's on a team that actually cares about winning.
Yeah.
And knock on wood,
he's a super team.
he's staying healthy. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And there
Yeah,
hasn't
he's-
really been scares. And I also think that's credit to the Eagles' offensive line and the way the Eagles use them. As much as we get annoyed when he calls out for things,
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like it either. But he must.
He's a super teammate, yo. He's like,
No, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
but when
like,
he runs down the field and then taps himself
Yeah,
out, you don't think that's a little soft? A
I
little
don't know if
soft?
it's soft.
think it's soft?
A little soft?
Really?
I don't know if he
He
knows.
just ran 60 yards.
Yeah, they ran out of bounds.
Well,
he
the
didn't even get
other thing-
tackled.
I mean, the other thing too, with going to Nate's to point about him being a teammate, like, is he being like, you know what, dude, like, I'm out of gas. If they give me the ball again, like, then let me get somebody fresh on there. I agree with you. Like, it is frustrating, especially if you're a fantasy
I
guy.
never thought about it being soft, though.
It's just like
Jim-
you gotta
Jim's
reward
thinking
the guy. He
Jim's
did all that
thinking
work,
about
then you
his
gotta reward
fantasy,
him.
Nate. He's thinking
I
about
am
his
thinking about the
fantasy. He
fantasy.
knows it, which is smart, right?
Gotta get that money, man.
He's getting money. Don't worry about that.
I mean, me for my fantasy.
oh yeah. Well, tell Barkley that. I'm sure Barkley's gonna tell you he don't care.
Absolutely, I'm sure you're waking up at night worried about my fantasy.
But I mean,
team.
like, yeah, the only concern for me right now with the Eagles right now is Elliott. In a close game, that's got to be concerning.
Yeah.
It's like kickers lose it. Like, do you think he's lost it?
Tucker's not
Well, I
had a
think
good
it's
year either.
also
Like these
just-
all pro.
He's not getting enough.
Yeah, but like with the
But doesn't
Jags
he kick it
game,
200 times after practice or some shit? They say. Or
Does he? I don't know.
There's something crazy.
like the Jags game, like he didn't kick it all game, and then once the fourth quarter came, he made him do like a 60.
Well, see, that's kind of the thing that does bother me. I will be honest about Nick. It's like, dude, you go for it on like 4th and 5 from the 30 and not take the points, but then one time you're having him kick a 60-yarder. Like, give him some easy ones to get the right.
Yeah, the whole analytics thing. Like, I feel like he's got it backwards, right? When it's telling him you don't need it now, he's like, all right, let's go for it now.
Right.
With the 2-point versus just kicking the.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
PA
there's
kick.
some times where you just don't need it, right? Like, I don't know. Like, it's tough.
We're nitpicking at a first place team.
Correct. There's not. I
All
mean, listen. If you would have said when we all sat here, 2-2, and we were all thinking, dude, is Sirianni going to make it past the bye? Whatever.
Mhm.
If he doesn't, one thing that we did always that I did say is like, dude, this team's totally different with AJ Brown, and they're a different team. But I mean, yeah, we are nitpicking because they're 8-2. They got a tough game in LA this week, but you know,
I mean, they definitely look better, and I think the energy's there.
I mean, the other thing that would impress me most about this team is this is the first time I think they said in like 50 or 60 years that they had 3 road games in a row where they've won by like 20 points or more. Like and don't get me wrong, I understand the Giants are not a good team, but they did really trash Cincinnati in the second half, which is Cincinnati played KC and Baltimore very close, and then I mean, going to Dallas and smoking them, I mean, that just...
They should have lost to Baltimore twice. If you watched like the Bengals games, they should have lost both of those.
The Bengals or the Ravens?
Bengals,
This
Ravens.
past one, they should have won.
That's what I'm saying.
Their kicker missed a
Or I
field
meant to
goal.
say they should have.
And the Bengals could have beat Washington. There's a
Bengals
lot of
should've won.
games that the Bengals could have
Bengals are
won.
better on the record.
Oh, we've said
Remember,
that.
yeah, remember the first game? McPherson missed the game-winning field goal.
Oh, wow. Only NFL quarterback with 375
snaps
and
and 0 touchdowns.
Wow.
So I think the only thing holding him back from maybe getting like all pro is because he's a rookie.
Who?
Quinyon.
Yeah, I mean, he's like sneaky going in that territory of like Revis or Nnamdi Asomugha in his prime in Oakland where they didn't stop him. Not here. Not here.
Bring up Nnamdi. Yeah,
No,
don't bring up
but
Nnamdi.
Yo, do you remember him in Oakland?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying that like right now, Quinyon Mitchell is like prime a sauce, Revis Island. I mean, it's early, right? But what he's doing, the guys that like, dude, Jamar Chase is excellent.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, even like Cooper held his own with Jamar Chase. That Jamar Chase ain't easy to tackle. That one play where he ratted it across the line on that 4th down, I think that's what won the game for them right then and there. When they stopped him, I think that was it.
That was a great tackle.
Yeah,
like
and
that's the stuff that like that's the tackle.
Well, that's what I was gonna say to you. The defense is making things that we're not used to. Open field tackles. And Nakobe Dean's great in the open field too. Zach Bond's great in the open field. Carter, Nolan Smith, like they're all good open field tacklers.
Yeah.
That's the difference in this team is that fundamentally they're making tackles where in the past they don't make tackles.
Yeah, that one
play Avonte Maddox is bouncing off guys.
Right.
Play that Bond made on 4th down against Commanders.
Oh, that was ridiculous. Against Jaden Daniels on the run. But
Yeah.
wasn't that Carter that got through the line and he
Bumped
was
him.
basically
Yeah.
screwed?
Yeah.
But I mean,
But
you're
Mara
right.
is not making that tackle.
Who?
Mara, he wouldn't have made that if we still had him.
No, I agree. I agree with that 100%. The defense is a huge part of the turnaround, which is funny because we all were like, the defense sucks.
Yeah.
And they're the reason why. I'm not saying the offense isn't obviously Barkley. But if you think about the turnaround, it's more the defense, in my opinion, that's been lights out more than the offense.
And some of these guys that they're sneaking in on the line here and there are actually making a difference. Ajomo?
Like a Jomo.
Ajomo, Milton Williams. Yeah. I agree. Booker. That's another good one. Yeah, Brandon Graham in the limited snaps, he's still causing havoc.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter's a beast. Like Jalen Carter's ridiculous. What he did against Washington, like, all right, he might have not had any sacks, but if you watch that game, he was in the backfield all night long, wrecking havoc.
They're getting that's the one thing that gets me. They're getting pressure, but they're just not getting like. I feel like this team should be like the team 2 years ago. What did they have, like 70 sacks or something like that? Where I feel like they're just not all the way there yet.
Yeah, but they're so you gotta like
from 2 years ago.
Even though we had the sacks,
you're gonna say the secondary.
The secondary.
Yeah, but remember our secondary, dude. When they went to the Super Bowl, freaking Bradbury was like all pro.
Bradbury was a good year.
Yeah.
And Slay had a good year. And you had Gardner Johnson.
I mean,
and then I don't know who your other safety was.
The D-line definitely helped the corners.
No, it wasn't Blankenship then.
It was CJ.
No, but who was the other one? It was
It was
the guy that signed as a free agent in Oakland. I can't think of his name off the top of my head now.
Who played in the slot?
No, the other
Marcus Epps.
Marcus Epps.
But he didn't start, did he?
I thought he started.
I thought it was Reed. Yeah, it was Reed.
Was it Reed the Super Bowl year?
I thought it was.
No, that's what I'm saying. Who started opposite CJ at safety in the Super Bowl?
It might have been Epps.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, check that. We're talking about the line. You guys, there's some all-line beef. Nolan Smith.
Well,
talk about Nolan Smith.
I feel like I've said enough. I'm just curious what my other crew thinks, and then we'll give Nate a rebuttal.
Yeah, it was Epps.
It was Epps.
He played the most snaps.
All right, I'll start my thing by saying I don't think he played much last year. He's steadily improving.
Oh, back I thought you were talking about Epps. I'm like, he wasn't here last year.
Nolan Smith, he's improving. And if he gets 7 to 8 sacks in his first year starting, I don't think that's a bad year.
He's not a bust.
Correct.
He's not Marcus Smith.
Correct.
Right. He didn't play much until the end of the year last year.
Right.
I think we're expecting
a couple games after the bye, he stepped it up.
Expecting more out of him being a first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
He's okay. I'm not writing him off.
Gradually getting better.
I feel he's improving.
Brody?
Yeah, he's improved.
He's improving, right? He's improving. He's the
If it takes him 4 years to get good, is he a bust?
It's not 4 years.
If it takes him 4 years,
What would you consider getting good? Like 10 sacks?
A double-digit sack guy. That's what they brought him in to be.
How do you? I mean, he could still get double digits this year.
I mean, you consider Sweat good?
Where's he at
took
now?
him
4?
like 4 years.
3.5.
Sweat was like a 3rd-round pick. Sweat was
Yeah,
No,
that's true.
was he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Like
I thought he was like 5th.
Just 'cause
I thought he went
when
later.
came in, whipped the
I thought he
defense.
was like 5th
Yeah.
round.
He might have been.
you think of the Penn State kid?
No,
They drafted the
Sharif
same-
Miller.
Sharif, yeah.
Yeah, no, he was a bust.
That guy sucked.
I thought he was going to be better.
But I'm just saying, like, where you took Nolan, you expected him to contribute right away.
But last
Well, no, they didn't even.
I don't know.
Last year,
I don't know that they expect him to contribute right away. Remember, he was coming off the
He
injury.
barely
Like
played.
they were. I think that was kind of like
he barely
Our
played
next
because he
pick-
couldn't play.
no.
But
I-
our
you had his
next
son,
pick
right?
was going to be late, and they were like, if this guy's here now, because he was projected to be in the top
Yeah,
15
he
at one
was
point,
supposed to
right?
They
top
thought
10,
they
yeah.
thought we
That's
were
what
going
I'm
to take
saying,
him.
Like, they had him high.
Well, everybody did.
Like, and I was just like,
But this
what?
year, if
What
he
was that?
finishes 7 to 8 sacks, this is really his first year playing. That's not a bad year.
He's going to have trouble when he goes against good offensive linemen. I'm telling you.
He needs.
I mean,
Wait, how many sacks?
he got
does
the
have right
Jaden
now?
Daniels last week. That was a nice
3.5
move.
or which they.
He had a nice move with Jaden Daniels. And didn't he force a
But it
fumble
was
the one
against a
game?
backup lineman. That lineman was their offensive lineman.
He's made some plays this year. He's their second best pass rusher.
That's what I was going to say. He's the second. Now, is that what's that say about our ends? Because Sweat's number 1, right?
Yeah, he has
And-
to be.
Yeah, that's what
But to
BG
say
BG's
last
having-
year, but to say last year he did.
Nolan, who's tied for 3.5.
Is it BG?
I don't think BG might have 3.5. Actually, he might.
I was just going to say he's having a much better year than I think anybody.
How
would
many
have expected
sacks
in his
does Jalen
15th
Carter have?
season?
Was the car only have like 3 or 2?
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying
It's
is,
tough for
But you
Carter
don't-
to say.
you're
Yeah,
looking
You
from
at.
can't be upset
Ma-
at him. He's made plays.
Oh,
Carter.
Yeah.
No,
oh yeah,
You
Carter's
know, the
definitely
stats
good.
might
Carter
not
be all
show it.
pro this year.
Yeah, the stats might not show, but he's
It's
he's
not
probably better than last year.
that's not a position you expect a lot of sacks from.
Yeah. Davis, I feel like, is kind of underrated. I mean, he
I
hasn't,
don't know if he's
he
underrated. I
hasn't
think
done
I'm getting.
much, but like when he gets in, he stuffs the run. That's like his whole
That's what
purpose.
he's-
That's
his
what
whole
he is, and that's
purpose.
all he is at this point.
Yeah, no, everybody wanted him to be this is not what he is.
I think I'd rather have Milton Williams at this point
I
over
don't think.
over
I-
Davis.
Oh, he plays more than Davis.
Yeah.
Davis just comes in on certain plays.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like he was,
Well, yeah,
what number
at
pick
the
was
spot,
he?
Yeah,
Was-
12th. He wasn't worth the 12. but
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he does his
13.
job well.
Yeah.
And for that defense, the 3-4, you need.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying this
You
is
need a
his
plug
first
guy.
year playing. That's all. He didn't play last year, not because he wasn't good, because Hassan Reddick
No,
was
it
here.
was because he wasn't good.
Nate, do you agree? I mean,
Yeah,
Jim, do you agree that he
I'm
didn't?
Jim. I'm
Jim,
Jim. That's Nate.
if
I know we
you
look
think-
very
so you
similar.
think-
It's the beard.
So you think?
It is the beard. The salt and pepper's so many.
So wait, you think he should have played more over Reddick and Sweat
No, I'm not saying that. But he was
and Derek Barnett?
Barnett wasn't here last year.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Barnett?
Half, he
I
got
have
traded
it
halfway
for the year.
through.
He had. I pulled up like the snap count from last year.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying
That's
to say
that's when
to
he
you,
got
dude.
cut
This is-
right around. It was
Smith
right around
didn't-
Thanksgiving, right?
Smith got like 80 of his.
Barnett's been in Houston for like 3 years. For
Yeah.
some reason.
No, he got
won me
released halfway
He
through
won
the
us
year.
our fantasy game last week with that defensive touchdown.
Nobody
Oh,
cares. I'm
wow.
just kidding.
That won us our
Barnett.
fantasy.
Tell him to shut up.
This kid was so fired up about Fantasy. Every Sunday at about 3
There's
o'clock, he
never-
looks at me and he goes, "We got no shot."
Who was
You got no shot.
Who was the third pass rusher last year? Pretty sure it
I
was
don't-
Smith.
It was Grant.
No, it wasn't Smith.
Was he? He was above Barnett for sure.
No, Patrick Johnson got some run last year too.
Because Smith
Eh.
sucked.
No, because he was hurt, dude, and he was.
He didn't hurt.
I think it was
He didn't hurt his shoulder. till
Reddick.
later.
It was probably Reddick,
He
BG,
hurt
Sweat.
his shoulder. He hurt his shoulder at
Barnett.
training camp, and he was out all of training camp. And he hurt his shoulder at Georgia.
I have the snap count.
No, we already saw the snap count. Nate
Yeah.
just doesn't want to hear it. It's all right. He's not. We're not gonna get it. Even if Nolan Smith has 3 sacks this weekend, I'll tell him that it was because he, there was nobody there.
Well, we know he's not doing that, so we don't have to worry about that scenario.
Wager?
No,
No.
I'm not going 3 sacks.
I'll
That's
give
your-
you the benefit of over under 7.5.
For the
How
season.
many does he have right now?
3.5,
3.5.
He needs
4.
4. He's not getting 4 sacks.
I don't know.
You're questioning. That's why how you know.
No, I said I think he's good for 7 or 8. So I'll
How many games you got against the Giants left? Is it 2 or is it just 1?
One.
Just 1?
And the Cowboys. Cooper Rush is like it's. Well, we also have Carolina left, dude. You sure?
Oh, yeah, no, right?
Yeah, you got some games left, Nate, where it's like,
Is that what Vrabel went?
he's gonna get a job next year.
Barkley, 1,300 yards.
Oh, easy.
Or no, he's got
we
almost
were
12
saying,
now.
How long is it gonna take him to bring Shady's?
So Shady was like 16 something.
71.
And Barkley's at 11 something. So he's got
Correct.
7 games, did I say, to get 420.
He'll get it.
Around
He'll
that.
tap himself out.
That's, yeah, right.
He'll tap
I need
himself
5
out.
more. I'm good.
419.
I haven't been here long enough. I don't want to take Shady's record. Let me.
I
1-1,
think if
3-7.
he plays all games, he'll break it.
I think even if he can only play 6 of them,
So wait,
right?
how
Like
many-
they might not need him in that last game against the Giants,
How
but
many
he
more
may want to
yards?
play that game because it's against the Giants.
I think he's over the Giants.
You think?
Yeah, I don't think
Wait,
he
you
wants.
didn't-
I don't think he wants to talk about.
Are you talking
it.
about scrimmage yards or rush?
Just rushing yards. Yeah, total yards.
much
He's
does
already
he
at
need?
like.
He's at 1,137.
I think he's got like 300.
Yeah, like
Receiving
300
yards?
receiving.
1,000 yards.
So is he getting 2K all purpose?
100, yeah.
Is he getting
He
2K
can.
all purpose?
I mean, if he gets like 100 yards a game, then he will.
Speaking of the Giants, that shit show at down or up there, I guess, in New York. How's Daniel Jones feeling about himself?
He gave like a farewell speech. Did you see that?
No.
He had like a whole speech. He was like, "Oh, it's been a blessing to play for the Giants."
Well, he's smart because he was taking the high road because somebody was going to pay him next year.
Maybe. I don't know if they pay him next year.
I'd take him here as a backup. You want it as a backup?
Daniel Jones?
As a backup?
no. I'm
He's
good.
better than Pickett, dude.
That's
He's better than
because-
Pickett. That's not saying a lot.
I think he's going to end up getting a starting job, like Oakland or somebody.
That'd be funny if he was. He's like, I want to go to the Eagles.
Dude, Minshew's-
How's that work though with the
Minshew's-
contract?
How funny would it
signed?
be? Yo, how funny would it be if Hurts did like have an ankle injury against the Giants and then Jones comes in and throws for
Wins the game.
300 yards and 3 touchdowns? Yeah, Are we all birds out? I feel like we got,
Yeah.
Do the game yet.
Well, that's at the end, right?
Do the predictions for the Rams game. Yeah, we'll do the predictions for the Rams game. At
What's
the end.
what's next on this?
I'm gonna just touch on some other NFL notes before we get into
Yeah,
the Sixers.
sure.
So I'll pat myself on the back again and say Aaron Rodgers is the worst quarterback ever.
Yeah, we didn't do that. Stinks. He said,
That stinks. I got some from last week, maybe. But yeah, Rodgers stinks.
Does he come back next year?
he's got to. Devontae Adams ain't come back.
Last week it was Jake Elliott
He's a
stinks.
free agent. There ain't no way Devontae Adams is going back to the Jets.
Is he a free agent?
Yes.
Wow.
He ain't come back. He's going to Green Bay.
Rodgers isn't coming back.
No, Rodgers going to have to. They gave him a contract. He's guaranteed. What do you think he's going to? Unless
He's going to say I'm retiring.
Well, if he retires, yeah.
I stink. I'm retiring.
I don't know if he's going to say he stinks.
Did you see the one stat that I had up here? Luke or Zach Wilson and
I saw that.
somebody else have better winning percentage as a Jets quarterback
Yeah,
than Aaron
no, I
Rodgers.
agree. I agree. Listen.
So last week it was Jake Elliott that stinks, Deke stinks, Dotson stinks, and the refs stink.
You said Deep
Deke stinks.
Devin White stinks.
I don't know what. Devin White played last week.
Martin, right?
Yeah, he
Martin,
stunk.
yeah.
Okay. Make sure we're correct.
It's the only. I don't know any other Dekes. Yeah. So Jets and the Rodgers stink.
What's his name? Good question. Is his name Deep or is it short for something?
Donald Kennedy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Donald
You
Kennedy.
always say it every time.
Welcome to the show, Nate.
Yeah, right?
We
I
don't.
forgot his name was Donald.
Yeah, we don't have a half-hour segment where Deke's got to read us pages of everything that happened in the world today. Does he have anything what happened in the world today?
He did. Yeah, Rodgers stinks now, but not 10 years ago or even 5 years ago. He stunk, Deke.
Is that Deke?
Yes,
Deke's defending Aaron Rodgers?
he is.
Dude, tell him to relax.
Closet cheesehead.
He's hit his shit like a cheesehead.
You should have saw it earlier. He got a fresh cut. I said, did you go to the barracks to get that?
We asked him if he was going to join boot camp with that haircut. Oh, how about this? 1934 today. Joe DiMaggio is bought from the San Francisco Seals. It's a good chat. That's a good
Deke
stat.
would have had that one.
No, he wouldn't have.
Is Dallas done? I think it's safe to say Dallas done this year, but is Dallas done completely? Like, is Jerry
I'd
Jones
trade for
blowing
that.
that team up? So Nate,
Yes, sir.
I know you continue to say this, but
Micah's
any
coming
chance
to
Micah?
Philly.
No.
But
I don't know, man.
is Micah and his
Dude,
dad
I
even
got
that
to
close?
disagree with you.
Yeah,
I got to disagree
So,
with you.
is
he's
Micah
a
close with his
Dallas
dad?
fan. His dad's a Dallas fan, and his grandfather.
But I heard him and his dad aren't.
But are they fans of money? Let me ask you
Yeah,
that.
you're telling me if
Right, but
you're telling me if
Mama
the Eagles
might
throw
want him
all
to
the
come
money
home.
at him, you won't do it.
They're going wherever the money is, but he doesn't want to come here because he's got too many friends and family.
it doesn't matter.
They got
He's
they
boys
got
with
they got
Max and
protect.
Michael Rubin.
If
If
he
money,
gets
dude, if he thinks he can win a Super Bowl,
Money
still,
talks.
and Saquon's here.
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying.
Well, first of
what I
all,
know.
we-
I'm just telling you what I know.
That's coming from the old man,
That's
right?
coming from the old man. They don't want to come here because they're up there his ass now, and he even got paid.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think it's possible? First of all, he's going to have to get Dallas is going to not ever trade him here, so he's going to get franchised, and then he's going to have to be unrestricted.
Yep.
Is it possible if that Saquon and he would consider coming here if he thinks he can win?
I mean, they were really his dad was really adamant about like they don't.
I really do think they're going to make him a Cowboy for life, and they're going to overpay him. I mean, that's Dallas almost has to, right?
That's what Dallas does.
Pay him?
Like they're going to have to pay him. Well, I'm not saying overpay. They're going to have to pay him very handsomely.
He'll be paid the top defensive at
Like-
that time. He'll have the top defensive
Like he
contract
might
in
get.
the league.
He's going to get what? At least $40 million a year at average. AAV.
Yeah, who's up there?
He's gonna. Is it crazy to think he gets 5
Garrett
years?
was the. Or no, is it TJ now?
Is
TJ
it
Watt?
crazy that he gets 5 years? 5 years, 200, $40 million a year with 100 and some guaranteed.
No, not at all. He should get paid. He should be paid like he's the best player in defense. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, problem is, I don't know.
I was
The
gonna say-
Cowboys can't pay all these guys. They just paid Lamb. They just paid. They can't.
I don't know that the Eagles could
Do you
afford that
think he's
either.
gonna? I
Could they?
think he could. Yeah.
Eagles could afford that.
Yes.
Nick Bosa has the highest contract.
What's his contract?
Oh, he got
It's
extended.
like 5 years, 170.
Yeah, he's that part of
Micah's
it.
got
200
more than that.
Easy.
as the starter. That's a starting point to get to the table if I'm
Mhm.
Parsons.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's going to go where the money is.
He's definitely going to go where the money is, but he does have preferences, and the Eagles are not one of them. He does not want to be in Harrisburg. He does not want to be in.
I also think Saquon probably never thought he was going to be an Eagle.
Probably not, but he was traded though.
He wasn't traded.
No, we signed him.
The dopey Giants didn't want to
He
resign
said he
him.
wanted to be a Giant for life.
But he's a. Oh, I mean, I guess Harrisburg is.
Yeah, I mean
He was a Giants lifelong. His parents were Giants fans. His dad was a Giants fan. He grew up in Brooklyn. Yeah, I mean, listen.
I mean, it's not like I haven't talked to his dad recently, but I'm just.
No, I get what
I
you're
hear you.
saying.
Yeah,
listen.
From what he got,
I'm just saying,
that's what
if
he-
everything's even and the Eagles are there and it's money, and I know he's boys with a lot of people in the city, Ruben and Michael Rubin and all them, and Maxie. I mean, like, I don't know.
I mean,
And if Barkley's here still,
I think he takes a look at it for sure. But I don't. If you ask him his top 3 destinations, I don't think he would say Eagles was wrong.
he's not right now. Maybe if he's off his podcast,
where would it be though?
maybe Miami, South Beach,
Somewhere where there's no state taxes, income taxes.
Dallas,
Vegas.
That's why, yeah.
Houston Texans. Him and Will Anderson team up.
Maybe. Stay local.
Buffalo.
Well, keep an eye on it. Nah, not
But
Buffalo. You pay
if
New York
Deion
taxes in
gets
Buffalo.
to Dallas for whatever reason, which be a shit show. He stays in Dallas. There's no way Deion let him walk. No way.
Do you think Dion goes wherever his son goes?
In certain places,
Like
They said-
Vegas?
We were talking about
They
that.
said, didn't they say that they were
Right. So that's
packaged
why are all these college kids going to Colorado? He's probably not going to be here next year.
it probably might not be.
They just signed the number 2 quarterback in the country
I
today.
saw that. Yeah.
But I'm like thinking.
But
myself,
is Shiloh? Is he?
Shiloh's coming out.
Yeah.
He's coming out too. All right. That's the only reason why I think Dion would stay.
He
But
ain't
if-
staying.
If the Sanders go to Vegas, you're definitely drafting Shiloh like 5th, 6th round for sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Just think about Brian. It's like Bronny. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That's
And
I got no
Shadow's
doubt.
okay. He's a big hitter. I don't know what he can
yeah,
do.
5th or 6th round pick, right?
Yeah.
Do
I
you
don't know.
really think Shador's that good?
For sure.
Really?
He's got an NFL arm. What else? That? You don't think he has an NFL arm?
I think he's got an NFL arm, but I don't know if his decision making is all that great.
He can improve on that.
You put him behind it.
But where's Hunter going? That's my question.
See. I think Hunter gets the bad end of the stick. He's gonna go wherever.
He actually says he wants to still play both sides of the ball in the pros.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
think
not
that's
gonna
happening.
I read
I don't
today
think
the
that's happening.
Giants or the Browns.
I think
Well, it depends on.
Everywhere I saw was like he was going too.
If he plays corner and he does like what Dion did, little packages here and there.
Yeah,
He's a punt returner. You know what I mean?
make more money at corner.
Yeah, it makes more money in corner.
Yeah.
Because he's not gonna be a number 1 receiver.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's a freak though.
You think back to
I
Dallas
don't know
real
if he
quick?
should
You
win the
think,
Heisman.
do you think Dak is done in Dallas? I know they just extended him,
can't.
gave him a shit ton of money,
They
but
can't.
they can't get out from under that
There's
contract.
no way.
They just signed him. Right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
won't. get it.
Extension to next year. They can't. Doesn't even start till next year.
Eagles did it with
It's
Wentz.
fine, though.
Yeah, but that was a year or two into the
It
extension.
wasn't. It was the next year.
Yeah, didn't they draft Hurst the same year? he
I
got the
mean, do
extension?
you know how much money their cap hit would be at least?
Oh, yeah,
They would
yeah,
lose
a lot of
100
dead
million.
money,
dude.
but
I mean, is it possible, Jim? Anything's
yeah,
possible.
anything's possible.
I mean, the Eagles can move on from Hurst if he starts.
Somebody
Anything's
said they were
possible.
drafting a quarterback.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
I think they could draft some development guy in the 4th or 5th.
Let's just focus on Warren. All right.
I want
just,
Tyler Warren.
We just want
Are
Warren.
you, is that a good segment in the Penn
Want to
State?
get into the Penn State? Sure. We'll
Let's
segue
hear Brody
in the
about
Penn State. Thoughts on Penn State?
Come on, Brody.
I think he's thinking of going to Penn State. He gave me his PSAT scores and asked what it took to get into Penn State.
Are you really thinking?
That or LSU. I want
LSU,
to go to LSU.
Death Valley.
Yeah, I'd like to go there.
I wouldn't mind visiting.
Yeah, we'll come. We'll come down for that. We'll come down for that. That's not a problem. Hopefully, Brian Kelly's gone by the time you go.
Brian Kelly might be going this year.
No, they can't. They just paid him to. Yeah, I mean, with Penn State, I think it's just like they got to take care of business these last 2 games. Get an 11-1, get a home playoff game, and hopefully you've learned from your mistakes from Ohio State because they should have beat Ohio
They
State.
should have beat Ohio State.
And if they're 12-0,
They're
Who
number
knows?
1. They're 12-0. They're number 1, right?
I don't think they pass Oregon. They're right there.
Who did Oregon play though? Like I
Ohio
think we had
State.
better. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, we both beat Ohio State.
We would have to play them in the Big Ten, but either way, you're 1-2, and you get a chance to say you're the best team. Right now, Penn State's not correct.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Do we have any other like teams that we played this year? Oregon play UCLA?
No.
We have to have at least one or two.
They played Wisconsin. They actually should have lost Wisconsin.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you know my feelings for Franklin. He just
Listen.
screwed it up again. Couldn't beat his.
They make the playoffs.
They make the playoffs.
Everything is okay.
They should make the playoffs. I would
say. I mean, if they don't beat
27 teams make the playoffs now.
12. Shut up. It's so hard in this NIL game, dude, to make it. I mean, listen, 11-1. I want to see them take care of business in the playoffs. Then that's what I want to see. If they're gonna win, that's what I want to see them take care of business in the playoffs.
So
I want to see a win a playoff game. I don't care who it is.
Who don't you want to face in the playoffs?
I mean, I don't want to face Georgia. I would love to face Notre Dame.
Notre Dame round 1?
Yeah, home. Yeah.
You probably see Georgia. You like Georgia at home in Happy Valley.
You think you would take Penn State?
I like Georgia.
Where's
Penn State at home in Happy Valley at night in the cold
Against Georgia or Bama, you would take them?
against Georgia? What do you think? I'm trying to think. What's that line?
Probably Georgia
Where's
minus
Georgia
one
at
and a
right
half.
Yeah, minus 2.
Maybe.
Maybe. You
I
could
don't
take
know.
that. That's a Penn State line.
Old Miss, they could get it. Would you take Old Miss?
That's what I'm aware. I don't like playing Ole Miss.
Well, they smoked us last year, but that was I
But they
think
bought a whole. You talk about NIL. They bought a whole defense.
the problem is this is what I firmly believe. You bring an SEC team in that's used to playing in warm weather into Happy Valley on a night game, and it's like 10 or 20 degrees. We'll see, dude. We'll see what Georgia's made of. Now, listen.
What's
Notre Dame, I'd love to see.
You sure it'd be a night game?
how good is this
It
defense?
has to be a night game.
Like, is this defense like one of the tops? Or
Yeah.
Penn State's defense is pretty
is
legit.
basically top 5 in the country.
But so is Ole Miss.
I'm talking about in history of Penn State.
They're definitely. I mean, they're up there this year. They're good. They're good. I don't know if they're as good as are they as good as last year?
I don't know if they're like
They were better
in the
last year.
history of Penn State. I don't know that they're definitely not top 5. I don't know.
No,
if
they're
top
not
10.
like LeVar Arrington years. They're probably more around that when they won the college. Yeah, Parsons away. Yeah, because they got. Yeah, I would say they're around that.
Yeah, this defense has what 2 guys that are getting drafted right now.
Yeah,
maybe 3. Or who's a cornerback that?
Oh no, they got more than that. Carter's going.
Got a-
Kobe King's
Top
going.
picks.
The safety's going, and the other end's going. Deny Sutton,
Yeah,
and
there's
probably the defensive
Something,
tackle,
that's what I was thinking of.
and the defensive
Durant.
tackle Durant. Yeah, he'll probably go too. Yeah, I mean Penn State looked like they're kind of in the driver's seat. You're right. The Ohio State loss didn't really do much for them. That if they could finish 11-1, chances are their seed would be exactly what it is, even if they beat Ohio State and lose to the Big Ten, because they really can't get much better. If you don't win the Big Ten, the highest seed you could get is 5, which is probably going to go to the Ohio State-Oregon winner. So you'll probably see Penn State sliding into that 6th slot against the 11. But the perfect scenario would be if Penn State could get to that 5, which I don't know if they could. Then you play the 12 seed. Then you're probably playing like a Colorado or a freaking Boise State in the semis. Then you're talking. But even 6, I like our chances against Miami. Miami isn't that good this year.
Joe White makes a good point. He said the defense is good. It's the wide receiver play is a major
Correct.
issue. Yeah.
Correct.
That's why they don't use Warren.
Correct. I mean, Minnesota is a little bit of a worry because they shit the bed a couple years ago against
Yeah.
Minnesota when they had a chance. PJ Fleck. They
They
should.
should. But
They're 11.5 point favorites right now. They should. I mean, I will say this. Even though Purdue's bad, I do like that they just came in and just
thumped them.
smoked them.
Yeah.
And I like how they bounced back after losing Ohio State. They smoked whoever they played after that.
Penn State does slow, and then they just
I hope so.
take off.
I hope so. Tyler Warren, man, trying to get him in that top 5 Heisman conversation.
No, because the Eagles aren't going. You want them to like
No,
start knocking them down.
tight end is not.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Where did Brock Bowers go?
11.
Pitts
but
went
that-
4, right? So the
but
tight ends are starting to get a little more
I
attention.
don't think Warren will go.
He's not that good of a tight end.
No,
He's number 1 statistically in every category.
I'd love
in
him on the
NCAA.
Eagles though.
He doesn't look flat. He doesn't look like he's special.
You know who he reminds
He
you
looks
of?
like a tight end.
Yeah, you know what he reminds you
He
of?
doesn't-
Dallas Clark from Iowa. And look at how good he was in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't remember Clark.
Yeah. Remember they won the
he's
Super
like-
Bowl and then he went to the Colts?
He's like the pure.
I know who Clark is. I don't remember college.
Yeah, he was just like that.
So he's a
And he
pure,
wore
pure
44,
tight end.
actually.
Like some of these tight ends coming out now are more like wide receivers.
Yeah, he
Warren's a pure
But
tight
the
end.
thing is that you could do with him is like you can do a lot of other shit.
So I'm saying, he could be like the H back.
yeah,
right?
and he plays you can run him in the Wildcat. You can do a lot of different things with him. He's very athletic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you're not going to do it as much. In
you
NFL.
might do a goal line instead of a tush push.
Yeah, I'm not putting him in a quarterback.
No, I'm
I'd
not
maybe
having
throw
him
him
throw the
I mean,
ball.
they got
I'm
linebackers.
not having him back there run.
They got their linebackers net back there now playing fullback. You see the Eagles put Van Summer in?
Van Summer as fullback.
No, I get that, but I mean, Warren, like, you think you would run Wildcat with him?
Why not? Have you seen him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
throw it in here every now and then just
Yeah,
to
I'm
mix
not
it up.
saying like consistently.
Yeah, not like Ronnie Brown.
Versus the NFL, two different.
I mean, he could
things,
do
bro.
it. He did it against some good teams.
I don't know
I'd like
about
to
that.
see it.
He's not twitchy.
Would
I've
you
never
like?
seen him play.
I don't even know if he goes in the first round.
No,
He might,
I don't think so.
but if the Eagles
Second
take
round is
him,
high for a tight end.
if the Eagles take him at the end of the first round, I'm okay with it.
It's trending. It's trending that way.
But the Eagles?
Tight ends getting hot in the
Oh,
first round.
I thought you were gonna say it's trending that way that we're gonna get rid of Goddard.
No, I thought we needed to get a tight end last year.
I know the guy we wanted. I don't even think he did anything. He's doing much for the Giants. Theo. Sixers.
You want to get in? You want to talk the Tyson fight first?
I didn't really watch
We don't
it.
even
You didn't
need-
watch
yeah,
it?
we don't even need to talk about it.
You don't need to talk about Sixers or Tyson.
Both.
Do you think the Tyson fight? You said you didn't watch much of it.
Well, I saw something. Do I think it was definitely fixed?
You think it
if
was?
that's what you're gonna tell me, it was fixed.
What do you think?
Tyson was training and looking like a beast, and then he gets in the ring and he can't do anything. And they were like, if you noticed it, I don't know if you guys noticed, but they were kind of like talking to each other. I think it was
the
fixed.
more, and I don't know if it's just I'm watching too many videos now. Like,
You don't
the more
think it
I'm
was
watching
fixed?
stuff. No, the more I'm watching stuff now, I'm like, maybe it is kind of fixed.
But
And
why?
it was funny.
Why? What does that do for Tyson?
He
He
gets
got-
paid
yeah,
and
he
maybe
got like
gets
20
another
mil.
fight. I don't know.
him and
Honestly,
Evander
that's why-
Holyfield might fight. They're talking about.
But Nate, that was my thinking initially.
You don't
Like,
think
what
it
does
was
he
fixed?
have? What does he have?
He don't need money. He's got a great touchdown. He has a great podcast. He's come out and paid all his
Who,
debt.
Tyson?
Yeah, he's
Tyson's got a podcast?
Yeah, it's called the Hot Box.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
Does he have a tiger on there with him?
he's smoking. He's smoking weed on it.
That's
Is
what
it
he
just
he
him?
had to stop
Is
for.
it just him?
No, he's got guests on it all the time.
Is it like famous guys?
Yeah.
Shit, we should get on there and tell them about our podcast.
That's-
I'll go on the hot box.
He's got a weed line out. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I know he's doing good for
Like,
himself.
he had remember the HBO special that was a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
So what? You
But-
don't think it was fixed?
I don't think he needed the 20 million.
I don't think so either. But if it's easy, 20 million just to go in there and be like, dude, you're not going to beat my ass that bad. You're not going to beat my ass that bad, right, Jake Paul? But we're going to each get money.
He looked better in practice than he did in
He,
the ring.
he looked much better.
But
Dude,
he's
the
60.
videos were like.
He's almost 60. That's the
But he is
thing.
60. He didn't have the knee brace on.
No, I thought you were
either.
going to say it looks like Ben Simmons shooting videos in the summer, right?
It does.
That
I mean, it
Markelle
reminded me of that,
Fultz.
right?
You can't beat 60. Like, he looked like an old man.
Yeah, but
But who was it? Who was the commentator? Was it Roy?
Ward, Andre Ward.
did you watch it?
No, the boxer.
Did you think he was going to win? What was the
Roy-
money in
Roy
Vegas?
Jones Jr. or-
What were the odds in Vegas?
Oh, you mean the actual commentator or the one?
Yeah. No, the commentator during the fight. He kept saying how he was biting
It
his
was-
glove. Why does he keep biting his glove? And people are saying that's because
He was trying to hold back.
he wants to. Yeah, he was holding himself back from not knocking Paul out.
But they were saying he also done that his whole career.
That's who. Whoever the other
Yeah,
Manilo,
I
the other
didn't go
Manilo
back
guy.
and look, but supposedly he's done. It's his,
But do you think it might set him up for him and like Holyfield wants to box him?
Nah.
I want to fight Holyfield.
He said he didn't want to fight Holyfield.
Yeah, but Holyfield wants to fight him.
Oh, does he?
That's because Holyfield needs money. Mike don't need. That's what I'm saying. Mike don't need money.
So you think he genuinely thought he could beat Jake Paul's ass?
I
think they're boys.
Right. So that would.
Yeah, like
So that talks
yeah,
about a
like,
fix,
I
Nate.
think they're boys.
Like if me and you were going to go in a boxing match and I was going to get paid and I was going to get my ass whooped, I'm going to do it to get paid.
But I also think he could have beat the shit out of Mike too. And I thought that was class act that he did. Like he could have teed off on Mike.
Because it was fixed.
I don't know. I feel like
I think you run it back with no cameras, Mike destroys him. Mike bites both his
Do
ears.
you think they're setting up for a Jake Paul Tyson too?
No, I think it's
He
done.
said,
I think it's
The
dumb.
girls' match was bad.
Yeah, that was
dude.
that
The women's match.
her
man.
eye was done.
She looked like
I was done.
Even the match before that was a good fight too.
Yeah,
With the two
dude.
Mexican guys.
yeah, and then they set it up.
Who said
No,
that?
the Paul Tyson was set up.
Uh,
Come on, dude. Do you think it was?
I don't
A
know.
little bit.
Do you think? I definitely think it was.
I'm starting to feel a little
Well,
less
they did an amazing
comfortable
job.
about it.
Everybody tuned in and watched it.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And
yeah,
I'm
hell
sure
yeah.
Vegas made a ton of money.
That's why I said I don't know why people hate on Paul, man.
I said that Paul was gonna win though.
Oh, I mean,
I just
dude,
had a
Paul's
feeling it was
smart,
coming.
dude. If he can get a check, easy
Yo,
money,
man.
why not?
Yeah. And now you got real guys calling him out.
Oh yeah, the one dude
And
wants
now
to
you-
fight him.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Like the champion, he's got like all the belts. Like,
Do you think Paul will fight any of these guys?
no, hell no.
Now he's got that Netflix money though, right? Now he could.
How much?
But now he
get?
could say my next
Because
fight.
it's very strategic.
How
Yeah,
much
my
did he
next fight
get
will
for
be with
that fight?
Netflix.
How much did he get for that fight?
Who? Paul?
Tyson
Was it
and
like-
Paul.
I think
Was it like
I think
40
Tyson got
mil?
20 mil.
Paul got double.
Didn't Paul get 40?
That's just the fight. We're not talking about
Yeah, all the stuff
like,
around it
Why did Paul get more money?
because it was his fight.
because it was his promotion.
Uh,
That MVP was his promotion. That's his promotion.
well, that dude doesn't have to do anything the rest of his
Like
life.
to go out and sell out Dallas Stadium.
Yeah,
That's crazy. For a YouTuber, and then you're fighting Mike Tyson. That's insane. I don't know why people don't give the guy credit.
I mean, he's a smart businessman.
He's a great
Yeah.
business.
But my thing is, why was that one fighter like going, "I'll tee you off. You ain't even a fighter." And like, who cares?
they're all saying that
They're
about
all
him.
saying that.
So, is he going to step in the ring against any of them?
I doubt it.
I-
I
He
doubt
kind
it.
of has to. He looks like it. But
No, he doesn't have to do anything. He just has
He's
to
gonna-
keep
he's gonna
making
fight
money.
Somebody past their prime, and he's gonna fight somebody.
Maybe
that
he'll
will
fight.
make him a payday. Like if he fights Canelo, he's going to get 75 to 50.
Would he fight Floyd?
No, his brother already fought Floyd.
Yeah, but then Floyd beat his ass.
Floyd beats everybody.
That's what, I know. Floyd's a man, dude. I would love to see Floyd and Paul. I would, dude. I think Floyd would
But
beat.
that's
You don't think Floyd would beat his ass?
Yeah, but it's a different-
Floyd ain't losing. Floyd wouldn't set up.
It's a different weight class. Like
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
he's probably got 40 pounds on Floyd, right?
Russell Wilson just fumbled
Did
in
he?
the red zone.
Who scored for Cleveland?
Nick Chubb.
Got him on
Don't
the-
come at us, Russell Wilson.
A lot of people call for Cleveland to get these two.
Jim
I
was
said
saying that-
Cleveland's gonna win
Yeah, a lot of people's calling Cleveland in this fight.
Yeah.
I mean, in this
in his fight.
game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, listen, from a business perspective, it was smart. I mean, you got to give them
You gotta
both.
give credit.
You got to give both of them credit.
You gotta give
I mean,
credit.
I'm not going to hate on Jake Paul. Do I think he's a little bit of a d-bag? Yeah, but I mean, who cares?
He's
Making that
he's
money.
a money-making d-bag.
Right,
'Cause
exactly.
Right now, to fight Jake Paul, you got to talk about at least 40 to 50 million. That's crazy.
I'll fight him.
For 5 million?
Yeah, I would do it. I don't care. I get my ass beat for $5 million. Dude, we could promote the shit out of it on the show.
Wouldn't be a fight though. It's just come watch Smitty get punched.
Yeah, come watch a debacle.
I have our people reach out to him.
See what we can do.
He'd probably be like, "Yeah, if you give me $100 million, I'll get in the ring with him."
Sixers.
It's tough, man.
Sixers.
Tough
It's been
year.
a rough start. Worst team in the league right now, right? 2 wins. Is there anybody worse? Anybody worse than them?
I don't know, but I do think, like Nate said, they could get it going. It's gonna take
They
time.
could get it going, but is it going to be too late?
I mean, the thing is, this is the conundrum the Sixers run into. If they only have the pick if it's 1-6, so are you at the point where if like you're not going to win, do you tank so you keep that pick?
Flag.
No, I don't think you're gonna flag, but I'm just saying, like, what do you do? Like, if you start winning games and you don't get in the playoffs, now you've screwed yourself out of a first round pick. You're right. So what do you do?
Not a first round pick.
Yes, the first round pick.
Oh, only if it's
if
lost.
it's 1-6.
What
So if it's like,
trade was that in?
I don't know. It was in the OKC trade. I don't know how they got it. Probably getting rid of Al Horford.
So from one, if they don't get one,
If they don't get 1-6, it goes to OKC. But then the following year, we got that Clippers pick, 26, which 26 is going to be which Clippers are going to suck then. Harden's contract's up, Kawhi's contract's up, but
can you believe he's second in 3-pointers? That's crazy.
Harden
Yeah.
makes you wonder if Harden wanted to get out of here with Embiid. You know how they don't talk like did Harden not like his BS either? Like every star player doesn't want to play with Embiid. It makes you wonder how long is Paul George and them gonna see eye to eye.
It was harder than Maxey. Maxey was harder than
Right, but what I'm saying is, do you think Harden was like kind of sick of Embiid and the fact that Morey like babied him?
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
I mean,
He had
it was
his own
Ben
guy.
with
He had his
Jimmy.
own. No, Harden wanted to stay because he wanted to get paid, but Morey reneged on the deal.
Right, but then when Harden was in here last year, he was like, "Do you talk to John? I don't talk to that guy no more." That's what he said.
Yeah, I mean, where would he go?
But he talks to Maxey. Something happened. I believe.
But if Morey would have kept to his word, Harden would still be here. He would have stayed.
Yeah.
I mean, he did. I think he definitely said that.
Would you rather have Harden or Paul George?
Harden?
Or
And I haven't even seen Paul yet.
but you still have Maxey here. That's why
I think I'd rather have Harden with Maxey.
Yeah, I think Harden.
Yeah, but I don't think that didn't fit.
They
The
would
only
figure
reason I
that
say
out.
Harden, because without Harden, you don't get an MVP. Harden made that MVP season for him.
Because of the assists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, George had that one game
It
where he
just
looked
sucks.
great.
He just shows-
George had that one game where they won and he had 27, and then it's like Tobias Harris.
He's gonna be like Harden's gonna be like the rest of them, right? The Westbrook probably.
Why do you think Harden eventually will win a title, but he's gonna have to go somewhere and be like
I don't think he'll win one. I think he's like Paul, Melo, great players, individual players, but just never
Not winners. That's what I always said about him. That's why I
Do you
wasn't.
think George-
I don't think he hasn't even been to the finals yet, right?
Do you think
Did they make it with OKC?
All right, let's ask you
I don't
this.
think so.
Regardless if it's with the Sixers,
I think he was that one year.
I think
even if it's not with the Sixers, before Embiid's career is over, does he get to an NBA Finals?
Get to an NBA Finals or win.
No, just get to an NBA.
Embiid?
Listen, yes. Does he get to an NBA Finals?
If he
Oh.
stays in Philly, I think they get to one in Philly. If he leaves,
Whoa. Damn, Nate. Really?
If he leaves, no.
wow.
So if he gets there,
You're more confident than I am.
Are you talking
I'm
about
kind
under
of.
the regime? Do you think all this stuff's gonna light a fire under his ass to be like, I gotta prove all these people wrong?
No, because I think what he said was real. He's left it on the court as far as he's concerned. His knee, his eye,
No, but what he said last night, he was like, everything's my fault. You guys blame me for everything, so I
But it's
take it
true.
all.
Like, look at the Olympics. When they went to Olympics, he was getting booed. He gets booed everywhere he goes. He is a villain everywhere he goes.
I mean, you think right now if he had the opportunity to go down to Miami with Butler,
For Jimmy,
you think he wouldn't ask out from the Sixers?
that's a good question.
But I don't think
That's-
But they said I don't think Pat Riley would deal with his bullshit. Like this not
But he
being able to
wouldn't.
play.
Oh, Riley wouldn't have to. Spolstra would.
He wouldn't do it because Jimmy's there.
You think he would play every game?
I would think he could play every game.
I don't
could
think he
play.
physically can, dude. With that cart
Yeah, I don't
bone
think
on
he
bone.
can, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he can do
And
it.
that's the problem. Like you guys are saying, they got to go on a run. I don't think this team is built to make
Oh,
runs.
that's why you brought George and Maxey.
But
George isn't doing it.
Jimmy's an alpha dog. I think Harden's an alpha dog. Like there's no alpha dogs on this team. Like even George here, but I don't. George, where's George ever been really like the leader?
The Clippers,
hasn't.
when Kawhi went down, he took them to the finals.
He did.
Western Conference Finals.
But
by
I don't-
himself.
Yeah, but I still don't
you
think
want
he
him in
was-
that role, though. Do you want him
No,
in
I
that
want
role?
Maxey.
Yeah,
to
he was
eventually
forced
be the
into that
guy.
role.
I
He
mean,
didn't take that
honestly,
role.
You know who we should be talking about? We're wasting all this time. We should be talking about freaking Jarrett McCain. That's where this podcast should be going. Because I don't give a shit about his TikToks or whatever. That dude can ball. And his
Rookie
shots,
of the year.
shots pure. And guess what? One thing I will say is I do believe that a Maxey McCain backcourt can work. With the right lineup. With a George and Embiid and a Caleb Martin or an Oubre, that lineup can work.
I think Lou Williams was right.
But
He's stealing minutes. Like he's that good. He's stealing minutes from other people.
yeah, he definitely
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
He's going to take all Lowry's.
yeah.
Reggie
Fine with
Jackson
that.
ain't playing. But I'd rather see Reggie Jackson play over Lowry, to be honest.
Yeah,
I like
it's,
Larry.
I do too, but he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, but he's one of those vets you just need around.
Yeah, but not for 30 minutes like
Yeah.
Nurse was playing him.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't need him for
He
30
did
minutes.
nothing in the
dude.
playoffs
that's
again.
That Toronto connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's-
well,
yeah.
that's the other
They
thing.
got all these guys that.
Do you
just-
think Nurse is going to end up being the guy that's a fall guy,
scapegoat?
even though he doesn't deserve it?
I don't think he deserves it.
No, but I'm saying, do you see it happening?
Nah, it's too early. I mean, because he has the injury excuse.
Is this year too?
Yeah, he's got the injury
But it
excuse.
seems like the players aren't playing hard for him. That's the thing that's concerning to me.
Well, all right, all those comments that were coming out, right? Maxey apparently called out Embiid, but then the coaches are saying we need you guys to practice harder and practice with meaning.
Yeah, but see, this
So
is
is
the
that
part
what's
that
what's going on? In
I
the
don't
whole
know,
team?
but this is
All
the
this
problem
drama.
that I have. Now you have even a bigger issue because you already had these. You thought you were having this meeting to clear the air. Now you got somebody running to the media. So now you got a locker room where nobody's trusting each other. Like if we all sat here and talked, right, and we had a conversation.
Deke's not here, so
All
we'll
right.
talk. Let's talk about
No,
Deke.
but
right?
I'm saying,
Deke's
like,
an ass.
let's be honest. Let's be honest. If we all had a conversation
He's not listening
off
anymore.
the air, and it was something that somebody said, and somebody didn't agree with it, but then we get on there and like, yo, I can't believe Smitty said this. I know it's a bad example, but locker room talk too. Like Jalen Hurts says something in the locker room to Sirianni, and it gets out.
Yeah.
Like it's just bad. It's bad for the culture of the team. So now you got a guy now Embiid is saying he wants to find out who the snitch is. Now you got guys who are like, I can't even talk in this locker room because I don't know who's going to who.
Yeah.
They have no culture.
That's a bigger problem.
They don't
Paul
have a
George
leader.
said it in this podcast. He's like, that's bullshit.
They
He's
have
like, the
no
only guys
culture.
that were in there is the players. Somebody in there said something.
They don't have no culture in that locker room.
Now, could it have been KJ Martin? And KJ Martin tells his dad's got a podcast? Yeah, maybe. There could be a lot of scenarios. Or is there somebody in that locker room that doesn't like Embiid? Or is it Maxey and Nurse with the connection of Rich Paul, like I told Nate? Rich Paul's boys with champs. Maxey. Let's make Maxey look like the big tough guy in our agency because he stood up to Joel Embiid.
I don't know that they do that.
Why not?
Maxey just got paid, right?
Right. He don't care.
Well, so did Embiid. So
No, I'm saying, but it makes Nick Nurse look like okay too because he's clutch. He's also.
But Nick's not a bad. Like he walked into the Harden deal, and now his second year he's got Embiid problems.
I don't think Nurse wanted Harden. That was part of the problem. That's why I think they didn't pay Harden. I don't think Nurse wanted him.
Maybe
I didn't want him.
I didn't mind Harden.
I do think this can work with Georgia if everybody's healthy.
It's a big if.
Right. Like Maxey's. I mean, look, you can say whatever you want about Embiid being a late dude. He dropped 35 and 11 last night, and he showed up, and he's still not even healthy, and he's dropping 35 and 11. Right?
I didn't watch that game.
No, but he's dropped 35.
Yeah,
that's all you need to know.
Yeah, first game back I saw, he looks like he's using the season to get in shape. I just can't stand it. Like, how do you not in shape?
I don't know if he's
and
not
he looked
in
like
shape
he
or
looked
if he's
like
hurt.
he lost a lot of weight.
I think he's hurt. I think that knee, I think it's like you said, Jim. I think it's like he probably wakes up and some days it's like, dude, I can't go.
Mm-hmm.
They said it's like that bone on bone.
It's probably true.
So is this team cursed?
I mean, everything you've said is correct. So I guess I have to go with it, even though I don't want to.
The process.
I don't think it's cursed.
I do think they can still make
nothing's
the playoffs.
worked.
Do you think they can still make the playoffs?
Every offseason, we say this was a great offseason. They got the perfect guys to come in to run this team.
Well, I mean,
and it's not happened.
I know, but it's like, dude, if you really look at this offseason, it really couldn't have been better.
And we've said that other off seasons. I'm not disagreeing
but they had
with
money.
that.
I mean, Caleb Martin.
They made the moves that they had to make.
Correct.
But it has never worked. It's never worked.
I mean,
they got all the pieces that they need together for this year and next year. So
right. That's what I was just saying. It could take a couple of years.
It might take a year or two.
But is Embiid going to be that patient? I don't know.
He's got no choice.
Yeah, he's got no choice.
He does have a choice because if
he
has
could
out,
cry
it's
that
a
he wants-
players' league.
He
You
could
told
cry
me
that he
that all
wants
the
to
time,
leave.
right?
Yeah, no, I agree with you there.
The
Yeah.
big three is together at least for 3 years, right? I would think, right? When did they get?
What was George?
What was George? 4 years, 5 years?
George is 4.
4. Yeah, so they got him at least 3 years to make it work.
But the problem is that
Martin
like,
was
what's this
supposed to-
hyperextension knee? If it's hyperextension, eventually it's going to tear.
The problem
Yeah,
is
if you
it's the
keep doing
same-
it.
The problem is the same leg, so you know that leg's compromised. That's
Yeah.
Right. So eventually you're going to get ligament.
Or you got
tear.
to bench him for like 2 months
You
and
can't.
really let it heal. I know, but I think that's the only way you
But
don't.
then it also makes me wonder, dude. Like Nate said, a small hyperextension. He's getting reevaluated in 2 days.
Yeah.
But like last time, I don't know. I wonder. Do you think it'll ever come out? I mean, obviously we'll never get it confirmed. But do you think there are going to be reports of who they think who
You're never
let
gonna-
it out?
No, you're never going to hear that unless somebody gets mysteriously cut all of a sudden.
Yo,
That's when you'll know.
no, if they find out, they'll keep that in house. I don't think they'll hear it.
Embiid will beat his ass,
Really?
Marcus Hayes style.
All right.
All right.
Let's close out Thanksgiving this week. Instead of saying what you're thankful for,
We should still say what we're thinking.
well, you can say what you're thankful for. It's the same thing every year, but we can say it anyway.
What are you gonna say? Your family?
I want to know what you're unthankful for. Unthankful for.
Ohio State.
Ohio State, that's a good one.
Ryan Day.
You got anything? What are you thankful for? What are you unthankful for?
He's unthankful for what's his name? His linebacker
White.
that he's
Yeah.
You're
obsessed
unthankful
with.
for Devin White?
I'm thankful for Devin White.
I'm unthankful for Seattle. I got kicked out of the pool.
Oh, you lost?
Oh, you're out?
Seattle on that walk-off against San Fran.
You really? See, I would have put San Fran in there, dude. San Fran.
I had two picks. It was a two-pick week. So yeah, I had 2 picks. I had Houston, who crushed. It was obvious. And I had San Fran.
So then you're out, even though you made one right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you both right.
How many's left?
3.
I got bumped out of my work one.
Are you gonna
It
do
wasn't
one
for
more?
money.
They're talking. People want to do one more.
For 7 weeks?
Maybe a playoff run. We're talking about.
Oof.
But they're
What would it be? How much?
same price.
What was it? 100?
Yeah, it's 100. Yeah.
I
But
like
people
that.
are talking about doing one more. Because you're going to get all the people who fantasy football teams suck. So they got nothing. It's over.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
They wanted to be here. You know, everyone, I sent an email out and people hit me back. They're like,
You should do one for the college football playoff.
But it was a good
A
fight.
bracket, a pool.
A bracket would be,
A
yeah,
bracket
bracket
would
would
be
work
fun.
for that. But
Yeah, it's a-
But you would have too many people. That's the problem. That would probably pick the same.
do it against the spread. Do it against the spread. That'll eliminate people.
We'll see. We can make some things up, man.
I'm unthankful for the officiating in the NFL. Every week there's something that's just blatantly missed.
Saquon fumble.
Horrible. The Saquon fumble, face masks,
Yeah, that was bad.
catch versus not catch.
Yeah,
horrible.
That was bad.
Horrible.
That was bad.
This is what football should look like, man. A little snow, a little flurry.
Yeah.
Still snowing for the game?
Yeah, a little flurry.
We're not thankful for St. Joe's Prep either.
We're not.
Definitely not thankful for St. Joe's Prep.
I'm also unthankful for getting out of the link after an Eagles game.
Oh my God.
Worst
yes.
experience
That was
ever.
horrible with the Jacksonville game.
It's the worst.
Well, and then you also have somebody that's like, we got to stay in the club.
Another
He's
sack.
got 3 sacks.
Garrett? See, that's going to be Nolan Smith.
Yeah,
Dude, do you think?
Oh,
do you
Deech-
think
Deech
Cole
listened to
eventually
me,
asked
heard
out of
me.
Cleveland?
No, I think-
Garrett?
Yeah, I think he's a lifer.
I don't know, dude.
Some people just like to be, you know what I mean? Where they
Anything
at?
else? Thankful
No,
for?
are we doing?
Unthankful?
Oh, we got to do predictions.
Thankful for Saquon.
Thankful for Saquon. That's a good one.
We got to do predictions. Forgot. Nate, you want to go first?
Do we want to talk Hall of Fame?
No.
No.
Thankful.
You know, record-wise, this is the worst start since 2021.
For the Eagles?
Yeah, like record-wise, this is their worst start since 2021.
Yeah, I mean, they went 10-1 last year, right?
The Eagles
is
is
their
the
worst
worst start in the
since
past
2021.
3 years.
Record-wise,
Start?
like
Like, because
record-wise.
last year they were 10-1. The year before they were,
Really?
yeah,
Jesus.
and they're 8-2. That's what I'm saying. You got to Nick Sirianni in 3 years has 3 6-game winning streaks. That's pretty incredible.
And Nick, we trust, man. I'm going to make a shirt.
I don't think there's any chance he loses his job.
Not now. No, not now.
No, I mean next year, even if they don't win, he's probably back.
Yeah, for sure.
He was on the edge there.
Okay, that he
Now,
was.
yeah, I'm saying he's not
No, but
losing.
I'm saying if they even make one, well, if they lose in the first round,
If they lose to Tampa Bay by 40, you don't think he loses his job?
no, I'm looking at that.
Nate, thankful. I'm thankful.
Unthankful for Nolan Smith.
I'm thankful for Nolan Smith.
Thankful for family.
That's what we all say. Exactly.
It's the right thing to say.
And health.
It's the right thing to say.
It is. It's the right thing, and it's the legit thing. All right, predictions.
predictions.
Brody, since you're texting away, give us your Eagles prediction.
Eagles 31-20. 2 touchdowns for Saquon.
That's not a stretch.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying.
I got a
2
little.
sacks for
I
Josh
got
Sweat.
a
Put
little
that down.
closer. I'm gonna go 28-24 Birds.
Josh Sweat, 2 sacks.
28-24 Birds. That's all I got.
8-24.
I'm gonna say defensive touchdown.
Defensive touchdown.
Quignon first pick.
I don't know.
I feel like I say
Or
it every
special
week, and then he
teams. Or
drops
should I
one.
Cooper, or should I say Cooper
Yeah,
DeJean punt return to the house?
You think it's gonna stay DeJean, or you think they'll put Covey back there?
They're not putting Covey back.
Nah,
There's no
he's
way
gonna need
DeJean's
to-
got that punt
Covey
return.
might go back for kickoff return. I can see that.
Yeah, but he ain't winning the punt return. Dude, DeJean's got that locked up. Jim,
Nate, you got a prediction?
for the
Wow.
Eagles, Birds,
Eagles,
Eagles, Rams.
Eagles, Birds.
Rams. I'll go 27-25.
Eagles or Rams?
Rams. Elliott misses a field goal at the end.
Oh shit! If that happens, dude, he's gonna be out. They're gonna have a competition for a kicker.
He misses a
30.
48-yarder. Something close. Indoors too, right? That's
What's it do?
indoors.
Yeah.
What's it do? Hit the upright, doink, or
Doink,
double
yeah.
doink?
Oh, there's been a lot of blocks.
Yeah.
There's been a
I
ton
know.
of
What do you got, Jim?
This is the track.
I don't know.
I think
It is a
It does, it does worry me. It does worry me.
I'm not worried.
Right now we're 2.5.
I think it's going to be high scoring on both sides, though.
Jalen
I
Hurts
feel like
makes the
defense is
statement.
just kind of like
2.5 point dogs is
Non-existent.
what we are. We're 2.5 point favorites, correct? That's what the line was.
I think
Oh, I saw 2.5 today.
Goddard and AJ. I think Goddard and AJ scored too.
let me go.
You guys just
30.
said Smitty is not even playing.
He didn't practice.
I'm going to go 39-36.
39.
Probably scoregami. I'm going a little scoregami action.
Scoregami. There hasn't been many scoregamis.
Scoregami
That
action.
means Saquon goes off.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't have any like particular play or defense or
I got Josh Sweat
touchdowns or
2
anything like
sacks. Book it.
Josh Sweat 2 sacks. Book it. Deke says Birds 30-27. Let me put you down here, Deke. All right.
You guys got to think of our defense. Like, I don't know if we're giving up 27 points.
I said 31-20.
That's why I said 24.
That's a lot of points.
True.
I don't know. All right. That's it. That's all we got. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope everybody gets a little time to relax.
See you in 2 more months.
Enjoy your break with your families. Enjoy your turkeys. Enjoy your tryptophan naps. We got football on Thursday, right? We got
And-
Thanksgiving
and
football. We got
Friday.
Black Friday football.
Flyers are on Black
Oh,
Friday.
that's right. The Dallas and New York game. Is
Yeah, big game. Put you right to sleep. Put you right to sleep after
Well,
your
is it
turkey.
Detroit? Is it Detroit, Chicago?
It's Detroit. I don't know. Who's the third game?
Wait,
Miami, Green Bay at night.
actually, that might be a
Oh,
good
that
game.
might
Wait,
have to be.
Detroit, Chicago?
That's 12:30.
Dude, Chicago's going to win. Caleb
Chicago's
Williams
gonna
going
I
all.
think Chicago beats.
He's going to paint the nails F the Lions, just like he did at USC. I guess
All
we're
right.
signing off, boys.
Until next time, hopefully we should have the Martins in here with us next time.
Well, next Thursday's
Till
Thanksgiving.
then, next
so
Thursday's
we're 2
Thanksgiving.
weeks
Yeah,
off.
so
Let's
we'll
do-
see in a
yeah.
couple weeks, or we'll figure something out. All right.
All right.
Until then, be excellent to each other.
Yeah.